welcome. This is Marta from Married with YouRegion, and today, instead of writing my blog, I decided to make a little video because I received something super special from my family in Spain, and it is nothing less than a super humongous box filled with everything that you can imagine to give your Christmas that little Spanish accent. There are things that I really miss from Spain, and to have them around and to have them sent from my family makes it a little bit more special. But also, I'm going to show you what I'm going to put in a little care package that I'm going to send to my family from Belgium to Spain. And I really want to know, what are the things that do you miss the most about your home country? So let's go! Okay, so let's see what my parents have sent me, shall we? The first thing that I see in the top of the box is already this. This is chicken noodle soup. I actually asked them to send me these soups because I find that soups in Belgium and Spain are very different. In Spain, soups would be what you would consider just a basic stock or bouillon, generally from chicken or hen, with some noodles. And that's it. It's something simple, yet it's very warm and cozy. And I would like to have these kind of soups in those nights that I really don't like to cook, but yet I fancy something nice to have. They're basically done in 10 minutes and they're always delicious. It's one of the basics of Spanish pantries, and I don't know anyone in Spain that wouldn't have these kind of instant soups in case of emergency. Okay, so let's go with another basic of every Spanish pantry in this Christmas season, and it is nothing else than jamón ibérico. So normally in Spain we would have jamón serrano, and in Christmas we would go a bit the extra mile and get this ibérico jamón. The difference between one and another is basically the kind of pigs and the way that those are raised. The Iberian ham, the jamón ibérico, is a bit more rare because the pigs are of a special Spanish race, the Iberian pigs, and also they are bred in liberty. They are raised eating acorns from the mountains or from the fields in Spain. And this kind of upbringing gives them a very special flavor to the ham. They're a bit more greasy, but also they're a bit more muscular, and the flavor is way more intense and is an absolute delicacy. Generally in Spain in Christmas, some people get an actual leg of the ham and we cut it at home, but you know, like since I'm in Belgium, to receive some envelopes of Iberian ham is perfect either way. I don't have any. Okay, so let's go with the next thing in the box. This one, for example. Oh, okay, this is candy. This is not Christmassy, but it's very good. They are picotas. They seem like caramel, like a hard candy. However, the funny part is that outside is hard candy, but then once you give the first bite, it's like super soft and gummy. And they're delicious. They have this cherry lollipop flavor that we really just amazing. So, oh, good to have some. Okay, so are you ready to dive deep into Christmas spirit? I hope you are, because the next thing that I have here is super special. And that's 2 gorgeous bags filled with Spanish Christmas candy. This type of candy can only be sold on Christmas time. And yeah, it doesn't look very appetizing right now. But don't worry, do not despair, because my mom and dad, being very thoughtful, have sent me also the fancy version, the one that you would actually serve to your guests. And here we have it. That's an actual Turon and Polvorones tray. Is what you would serve in your Christmas dinner to your guests, family and friends. So what will you find in this Spanish Christmas candy tray? Well, it may sound like a mouthful because they all have very weird names, but I'm going to explain. Let's start with the most basic of them. That's the turrones. What are they? Okay, they're basically bars of candy that you just cut small pieces of them and then you serve them in your tray. There are different varieties from turron, whether the most typical one to the most exotic one. So what's the secret of the turron? Well, here I have the most typical varieties. The first one of them is the turrón del duro. This is a very hard type of turrón made out of candy, I guess. I don't know, it's a mystery.
Hey guys, so Marta editing over here. So yeah, it's not a mystery, it is honey brittle. But yeah, I didn't know until then. So yes, let's continue with the program, shall we?
The next kind of turrón is turrón del blando. It is basically a paste of almond and is very sticky and gooey, but it's very nice. That's why it has its name, turrón del blando soft turrón. Next, we go with one of the most popular options for turrón, and that is chocolate turrón. It is super simple. It's just puffed rice and chocolate. But it's just so delicious and everyone likes it. That is amazing. And also, look at this packaging. It looks like Willy Wonka's. Who is going to resist that? Actually, this turrón gives me a lot of memory because, like, in Spain, we know that Christmas is coming when you can get one of these in your home. Now, let's go with the little pastries. This one is a polvoron. It's a typical sweet just made out of almond, lard, and I think it has a little bit of anise. I'm not sure. There is two ways of eating it. The first one, which is just opening the package and eating it. And then you have the second one, which is grabbing it in your hand and mush, mush, super hard mush, 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 until it looks something like this. I know, appetizing. Next in the list is the marzipan, which is basically marzipan. And I know most of you already know it, but just look how itty bitty tiny it is. It's just so cute, and they come in the most weird shapes, so it's just nice to try to guess which shape did you got. Next, it is something that is not very Christmassy per se, but it is certainly nostalgic to me, and it is the gusanitos. It is very weird to describe because they're basically snacks made out of corn flour and water, and that's it. However, their flavor is very recognizable, and I think there is very few Spaniards that haven't tried them since they were very young. It is something that all ages can have, and we would eat them as a snack, as you would eat any crisps or any popcorn. But they have that little extra of being super recognizable. So now with the lights changed and everything, let's go the other way around. What am I going to send from Belgium to my family in Spain? So the first thing, it's a bit of an obvious here, but no one can send anything but chocolates. These ones are like little chocolates, little pieces of chocolate that you just get one. So they're very good to share with several people, and it's always nice to have some good Belgian chocolate. The next thing is these little chocolates. They are filled with advocat that it would translate into eggnog. This is a first of what I sent to my family, but let's see what they think. Next, we have another basic that you would send from Belgium, concretely from Limburg, which is where I live in, to Spain, and those are the Speculos. They are very nice spiced cookies. I think they would get translated to gingerbread, I'm not completely sure, but in Spain we call them caramelized cookies. And last but not least, I'm going to send back to Spain some Belgian waffles covered in chocolate. This is super difficult to send, and even though there are different kinds of waffles, like one gaufrettes that they're more like cookies, or Liège waffles, Brussels waffles, a lot of them, I think these ones are the best ones to send. They're a bit harder than usual, and they could survive transport easily. And they're in bite size, so they're very easy to eat. So that's basically it. I already showed you what I got from my family in order to give my Christmas a little Spanish accent, but also what I'm going to send back to Spain so they can give a little Belgian accent to their Christmas. The only thing that I need to know right now is, what do you like to have in your Christmas that reminds you of your home country? Until then, see you in the next video. Bye bye!